All right, good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Rittenhouse. I wanted to get out here to your home site, get you a quick update video on the house. I'm going to try to do a pretty thorough walkthrough as I know we're coming up on that halfway point that we would normally do that build quality orientation, but obviously amid the whole COVID stuff, we're trying to do as much stuff as we possibly can virtually. So I will actually have a stand-in working in for me next week. We actually had our baby. She's actually getting released from the hospital tomorrow, so I'm going to be off tomorrow, and then I'm going to end up taking the rest of next week off, and that's about the time frame that you would normally have that build quality orientation. So I just want to do a quick walkthrough on the house, try to show you as much as I can, and then I also have a PowerPoint that I send you guys that correlates back to that build quality orientation. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So obviously on the outside of the house, you see that all of the Typar wrap is done. This is the main drainage point of the house before siding goes on. Hopefully the siding gets delivered today, and then depending on how the rough-in inspection from the municipality goes that we have today, hopefully they can start siding next week. Again, that all depends on how that rough-in inspection goes and whether or not anything that they would find would affect the siding install. So we'll find out hopefully tomorrow on how we do there. But as you can see, I think one of our biggest items that we had on the house was over here on the left side of the house. So as you can see, we got the platform set up on the left side. You can't really see it because it's on the inside of the lattice work that's been installed, but we do have the main power that's going to be on the left side, and then we're actually going to have him run the main gas. And then I'm not sure if we're gonna have them switch that tankless water heater over to this side also. We might leave it over there on the right side, but they're gonna be making those changes hopefully today or tomorrow for us. But we got you all set up, ready to go. Again, I know you were trying to install your generator there, so we'll have you set up, ready to go, and you'll be able to make that happen when you need to after closing. I'm gonna take you in through the drive under portion here. All the wires that you guys see down here, these are essentially all outlets and stuff that are going to be installed for you. You can see all of them kind of hanging down there above our heads. You see all the rough plumbing that we got. These guys right here are going to be where the garage door motors get installed for both of those garage doors. Got a bunch of low voltage wire in there for that. This is that main power line that we were talking about there. This is also where the main water comes in the house. This will eventually get capped off and ran and connected to your main water supply. Main water supply that actually goes to the house is right here, so they'll probably end up running that over to here to be able to connect to it. All right, and then we got the big bad elevator install here. This has actually gone relatively smoothly. This is always definitely a key focus of ours. Anytime we get an elevator, there's a lot of focus and time and effort that goes into making sure we get everything right for the elevator install, and we're actually coming along pretty well there. So we usually set our exterior doors about this point in time, but the reason you don't see any exterior doors, you won't see one here or upstairs until the sheetrock actually gets installed. So we'll actually hold off on the elevator doors for a little bit longer. But we'll get you inside. We'll start at the front of the house here, right into the master bedroom here. A few of the options that you selected, you got the 4 recess cans that you see here, along with the ceiling fan pre-wire there. And then you got the low voltage options here. So you got the 110 right next to a low voltage option that you're about to have installed here relatively soon. He's actually on site right now, getting ready to install that stuff for us. And then of course you got the walk-in closet here. One of my favorite features I think about the walk-in closets, if you look right above our head here, is all of our walk-in closets are actually temperature controlled. So we actually run AC into every single one of those closets, which is really, really nice. Also have a 12 by 12 return here in the master with 2 supply vents for temperature control. I think you'll find that actually works very, very well. It's very efficient. And of course you got the super shower here. The rainfall shower head up there with the wall mount there. Some nice natural lighting coming in here with that deco window. And of course, Off to my left, you got the dual vanity. This guy right here is the water closet. This is where that toilet's going to be located. And then you got the other portion here of a walk-in closet. All right, and then as we come into the foyer area, something that kind of sticks out to you is this guy right here. That's going to be the shut-off valve for the gas lantern that gets installed on the outside of the house. This is actually where that gas line penetrates to the outside of the house right there for the gas lantern. Then we move on into the dining area here. Low voltage options you guys have installed here. So 110 is going to be located here, and then just off to the left side is where the TV data is going to be located. And then right above our heads, got another ceiling fan pre-wire with 4 recessed cans. And of course, 3 optional windows there. Always does a really good job of completing the formal dining area there. Of course, once you walk in the house, when the house gets the fit to finish started, all of the foyer area that you see here, this is all gets wainscoting, and then it also extends into the dining area. All right, and then for the kitchen, so if you guys haven't noticed on the walkthrough yet, usually when I walk into a room, what I like to do is I like to pre-label everything. So if you walk in, you look at the floor, you see pretty much all the options that are going into the kitchen that are structural for the most part. So if it's going to affect a structural feature, I try to write it on the floor so my roofing guys that come in kind of know where everything is getting installed and where to locate it. So obviously you can see we got the stainless steel gas KitchenAid appliances going in. We got the stainless steel single bowl sink going in. You got the direct vent right there for the canopy hood. You've selected that upgraded faucet. We got cabinet hardware that's going to be installed, so I'll be looking for that when the cabinets go in. You've got the pendant lights installed. With the pendant lights, if you come in, you walk in the house and you happen to try to locate where your pendants are going to be located, they're obviously going to be sitting right over the top of the island, but you're not going to see the boxes that you would normally see installed for pendant lights. What you see is this pre-wire right here, and that pre-wire is essentially ran so when the island gets installed, they can actually locate those pendants where they need to go based on where that island actually sits. Just helps them for just a measurement standpoint. Next option you have going in here is the stainless steel canopy hood. Obviously, we talked about that already, and then the under cabinet lights. Usually what I'm looking for with your under cabinet lights is I want to make sure that we got these little guys right here. These are the under cabinet light wires, and you have a total of 4 of those. So you got 2 on the kitchen wall there, and then you got 2 on this wall right over here. And of course, all the gray boxes that you see there, these are all the outlets that you will have inside your kitchen walls. Right above our heads here, you notice the lighting for the kitchen. You've got 1 recessed can there, number 2 there, 3 there. Again, you won't see the pendant lights, but to complete the kitchen, you've got 1, 2, and then the number 6 recessed can is right there. So that is essentially your lighting for the kitchen. A nice well-lit kitchen. I know you guys put a ton of lighting in the house. It's always a huge favorite of mine. I always like to have a well-lit house. It just makes it more presentable for you guys as you walk in to do the pre-closing orientation. But right now I'm standing here in the laundry room, so obviously we're pretty much set up for washer on the left, dryer on the right. That's a standard install for us. We have to have it done that way. It's per plan. And then right over here on the right, we got that exit door for the deck space that you see out here. These always turn out really nice. Little screened in lanai. Of course, you guys got the options 2, 3, 4 recessed cans, and then again another ceiling fan pre-wire there. All right, take you into the great room space here. Right above my head here, you got the 4 recessed cans that you paid for. 1 there, 2 is right there, number 3 there, 4 there, and then of course another ceiling fan pre-wire right in the middle of the room there. For the low voltage option, you guys have a TV data over here. I got some blocking in there, so when you go to mount that TV, it's gonna be nice and easy to mount that TV, so you don't have to worry about searching for studs back there. And of course, you got the 110 power that you see right there on the right. Of course, you got that fireplace option installed also. Also a really nice touch for the living room. Main house return is gonna be right above your heads, right over here on that right wall of the great room. A lot of this stuff we'll talk about at the pre-closing orientation. I'll just kind of recap on it. But really, I just want to come in and make sure that we've got those options installed that you've paid for. Here in the sunroom, you've got 4 recess cans, 1, 2, 3, and 4 there, again with another ceiling fan pre-wire. Outlet profile, you guys are going to have plenty of outlets throughout the entire house. They do a really good job of making sure you've got plenty of power throughout the house, so I don't think that's going to be an issue for you whatsoever. And of course, we got that floor outlet installed. We also have one installed upstairs. Show you that when we get upstairs. That's just kind of a quick little walk.